Once upon a time, there was a little nubby hypothesis named Noel. Poor little Noel was born in the small town of Pareto, Wisconsin. His parents abandoned him at a fire station when he was less than an hour old. He was an orphan for most of his childhood and had no brothers or sisters, and really didn't make many friends. Noel wanted nothing more in life than to be accepted.
One day after Noel turned 5 years old, he was chosen to be fostered by a nice family in New York, New York. Noel was really nervous as he was very shy and found it hard to make friends. A week after he received the news, he arrived at his new home in the Big Alpha. He stepped out of his taxi and walked up the steps of the porch. He entered the house and was immediately caught off guard by the immense amounts of little hypotheses already running amok around the house. They were all so big for their age and far exceeded the alpha value of .01. Poor little Noel was struggling to keep up with a p-value of .0024 and was rejected. Noel's new foster family decided it was time for him to move on and made arrangements for him to go with another family. 1 week later, Noel was on a bus headed for Chicago, Illinois.
Tried to pep himself up in order to gain some confidence. He was still very sad about it not working out with his last foster family, but he learned a lot from the experience. He now knew he needed to be more outgoing and not so shy and timid so that he could make friends with other hypotheses and exceed alpha and be accepted. When it was time to get off the bus, Noel was very nervous. He walked up the stairs with his heart racing. He opened the door and saw just as many little hypotheses as last time. He wasn't as caught off guard as the last time because he was expecting this. He puffed up his chest and walked in and weakly tried to make friends. After about a week, Noel had made a few friends, but he still felt by himself and lonely. The alpha value of the household was still .01, and all the other hypotheses were accepted because they exceeded the value. However, Noel was still a little nervous he wouldn't be accepted. Noel found out that his p-value was .0086 this time, but he was sadly rejected again. Within a week, he found himself on another bus headed to Los Angeles, California.
Noel had learned so much in these past couple weeks. Yeah, he was still a little upset about his past 2 rejections, but he was confident and ready to meet his new family. He felt almost positive that he would exceed the alpha value of his new house and finally be accepted. Noel really liked LA. He liked the sun and ocean and the people a lot. He walked up the steps of his new home and felt positive and confident. He opened the door and saw just as many hypotheses as last time. But now he wasn't frightened. He stepped in and started making conversation and running around with all the kids. Soon, he became one of the most loved and popular kids in the house. When it came time to calculate his p-value, he wasn't even nervous. The alpha value of the house was still .01, but Noel knew he would exceed it. Sure enough, he found out that he was a .25. Noel was so excited that he was accepted. He loved his new family, his new home, and his new friends. Dull Noel lived happily ever after.
The end.
Wow.
Ta-da!
That was awesome.
Okay, so do you know how to do?
Okay, go ahead. You good?
It's like heavy breathing.
There you go.
Go.
Once upon a time, there was a little nubby hypothesis named Noel.
Go.
Okay. Once upon a time, there was a little nubby hypothesis named Noel. Poor little Noel was born in the small town of